Hey guys, what's up? This is Jordan Crook with TechCrunch, and we are backstage at TechCrunch Disrupt 2013 in New York, and I'm here with Dave Gilboa, who is the co-founder of Warby Parker.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. So you just got off of a panel, Software is Eating them All.
Yes.
Is that what it was called?
Yeah, I was just kind of talking about some of the trends in e-commerce, where retail's going, how online and offline can play together, or if they kind of need to separate, and the offline world is going away forever.
So I'm always curious when you guys do these panels, like you're up there with a bunch of other co-founders who are kind of in your world and they kind of understand some of your pain points. Like, do you learn things in the panel? Because it's like all for us, I feel like. But then I was realizing, like, these are your peers. You probably do learn something interesting.
Yeah. So we know the businesses that were on the panel really well. So spent a lot of time with Michael from Everlane and Sophia from Nasty Gal, and so. It was great just to kind of share learnings, whether it's on stage or just informally over coffee or drink.
Cool. You guys just opened a retail store, right? Your first one.
Yes.
You used to have, was it 2 showrooms?
So we've actually had 15 showrooms.
Okay.
So one in our office in New York.
Right.
And then we've created these kind of shop-in-shops in boutiques around the country. So we have them in San Francisco, LA, Nashville, Chicago, a bunch of other cities. But we just opened our first permanent retail store here in Soho. It's on Prince and Green, across the street from the Apple Store, next to Ralph Lauren. It's 2,000 square feet, 18-foot ceilings. It looks like a grand library when you walk in, and so we're pretty excited about it. It's been open a couple weeks.
Very cool. So, like, do you have any data in terms of how that is working out for you? Because I know that when you first launched, you saw yourself as like an online-only type of situation. And to launch a retail store is a little bit kind of against that, obviously. What's the data? I mean, are you guys getting a lot of traffic? Do you think that, it's a great marketing tool? Are you doing more sales because of it?
Yeah, so we've kind of taken a staged approach to physical retail, and so the first was actually inviting people into our apartments when we were working out of our apartments and allowing them to try on the glasses. And then when we opened our first office in New York, we dedicated a portion of our office to a customer showroom. We've been getting thousands of customers in a weekend up to that showroom. We're doing more sales per square foot than Tiffany's, even though we're on the 5th floor, no signage, a non-retail building, non-retail block. And so it's given us a lot of confidence that physical retail can work.
Right.
And since we opened the store, we've had, on weekend days, we're getting thousands of customers through there. We have lines around the block, and
wow.
And our sales expectations have been blown away. And what's been really exciting for us is that about 90% of customers coming into our physical locations are first-time customers. And then when they buy their second, third, fourth pair of glasses, they're doing so online. And so we really can think of it not only as a great branding and marketing tool, but also as a customer acquisition tool. And kind of the economics are really favorable when you look at how much it costs to acquire customers online.
Right. Well, what are your thoughts on competition? I know Stephen Allen kind of launched some sort of optical something. I mean, who would you consider like your biggest competitor?
Yeah, so we've
Is
had
it traditional.
Yeah, so we've had a bunch of copycats that none of whom have really gained any traction, and we don't really think about them. We try to focus on our customers, and if they're focusing on what we're doing, then they'll never catch up. So we really view our main competitors as kind of entrenched eyewear brands. So Ray-Ban, Oliver Peoples, Persol, kind of most brands that are owned by one umbrella company, Luxottica. Mm-hmm. But really, that's who the customers we're going after are the ones that would otherwise have bought Ray-Bans or Oliver Peoples.
So speaking of like copycats, like I remember when we started, when Airbnb launched, it was like this proliferation of like, this is the Airbnb of cats, and this is the Airbnb of whatever. And I feel like Warby Parker, you guys have like kind of hit that status as well, where people like really want to figure out your business model. Like everyone's like, okay, they did it with glasses. What can we do? And it's like, it's really interesting. I mean, how do you feel kind of graduating to that level?
Yeah, I think in some ways it's flattering that people look at us as a success story and are trying to figure out how they can apply our model to other categories. I think it's tricky. So we gravitated towards the eyewear industry because we looked at it and we thought it was just completely broken, and saw that there were a couple large companies that were controlling the industry, marking glasses up 10 to 20 times what they cost to manufacture, and it didn't make any sense. And so I think those dynamics don't apply to every industry, and it's hard to take what we've done and try to kind of shoehorn that model into a different industry. But there's certainly a ton of other opportunities, and we think kind of the next generation of great brands are going to start online, and there's a lot of opportunity that we have no interest in pursuing, and so we're more than happy to help other companies as they're getting off the ground and kind of and reveal sort of what worked for us.
Right. How do you feel about partnerships? Because like, to me, like whenever I think of anyone who's trying to copy your business model, I always think, well, it would be really cool if you could sell other brands through the Warby Parker model, like other glasses brands or other products altogether. I know you guys are like getting into like shaving stuff, right?
So that's actually a separate company called Harry's, which was launched by one of our original founders who is no longer involved operationally in Warby Parker. He's still on the board, still a good friend, but it's kind of no formal relationship.
Right.
And we think that there's a lot of power in partnerships, but right now we're focused on really establishing ourselves as a brand. We think of ourselves as a fashion brand much more so than a channel for other brands.
Right.
And so we've done a couple partnerships. So one's with a Standard Hotel group where we are selling our glasses out of a couple of their hotel lobbies. People that take Standard Air, which is a seaplane that takes you from Manhattan out to the Hamptons, get a free pair of sunglasses, and have done a few events with them. We've partnered with American Express on our class trip where we bought an old yellow school bus that we gutted and turned into a mobile store. And that's been touring the country, setting up pop-up shops in a bunch of different cities that American Express has helped us market and sponsor. And so we'll continue to look for kind of innovative partnership opportunities, but probably won't be selling other brands through our site.
Okay. Which model is this, by the way?
This is the Edgeworth.
Edgeworth. Cool. All right. Well, thank you so much, Dave. I really appreciate you chatting with me.
Thank you.